As you know, my mighty ministers, I am an exalted emperor of Medes and Persians, and I remain overlord to 127 provinces in the kingdom. And therefore, in order to show and to demonstrate our imperial eminence, I will have a feast instituted, which should and shall last for 180 days, and to which I invite all of you, my seneschals, sagamores, satraps, senators, CEOs, as well as common folk.
All hail King Ahasuerus!
You have seen all our riches, our silver, our gold, and our priceless jewels. But we have yet another treasure whose beauty overwhelms all you have seen. And theretofore, my beloved Big Tan, go and transmit an imperial invitation to Queen Vashti that she grace our gathering with her presence. For I wish to reveal her remarkably ravishing refinements to all the people. And oh yes, she should dance hip-hop and hoochie-coochie for our guests.
All-powerful King Ahasuerus, your order will be obeyed immediately, right away, as soon as you get off my back.
Our preferred Privy Councillor Haman has been assisting us with his Privy Council, for he is our wisest, trustiest, priviest, and most belovedest Privy Councillor. So therefore, approach Haman. You shall dwell on our right-hand side, for you have found great favor in our royal eyes.
All-powerful king, I'm not worthy of such an honor.
All omnipotent king, I transmitted your royal order in obeisance to all royal etiquette, but I am compelled to inform you that your Queen Vashti, she not only takes exception to your royal order, but she also says she don't gotta come.
What is this? Queen Vashti refused to observe a royal order? But such a contumely must be castigated. Oh, you foolish, foolish women! How can you be so haughty? Have you forgotten that man is your lord and your ruler and natural head of the household? Oh, my trusted advisors, advise me according to the law. What should happen to Queen Vashti for such non-compliance? Speak, Haman!
Whereas Queen Vashti perpetrated a contumely against the royal king, but also against all satraps, seneschals, sagamores, senators, CEOs, as well as common folk. The king may bestow the queendom onto another one, more suitable than the aforementioned, and all women will hold their spouses in respectable regard. Moreover, we hereby proclaim that all merry maidens be brought to the castle Shushan to be festooned with adornments and fragrant ointments, and the one that would gratify the king's eye ought to be taken, thrust on the throne, and the royal crown planted onto her head.
Ah, well spoken, Haman. You shall be elevated amongst privy councillors. And now at this time, back to the palace garden for festive feast.
town of Shushan, there lived a simple pawn by the name of Kashfarik. That's me. He led a carefree life till he found himself a wife. And now his life is strife, for she was a pretty little ferret.
Get a move on!
That's she.
You lazy layabout! Do I have to chase after you, you sluggish slob?
No, don't call her pink. Darling, I'll do anything you say, just don't beat me.
What? Me? I need beating you. Not my head as much as you deserve. But thanks for reminding me, I still owe you a sound thrashing.
Stop! Stop, please stop.
But I'm just getting started. After that darling neighbor, well, I gave him such a hearty welcome, he jumped right over the fence. Now go, you scapegrace!
I'm going. You just to be stopped.
I can't. I don't want to. Where were you? For 2 whole hours yesterday without telling me you were leaving.
But you weren't here.
You should have told me anyway.
Fine. I'll tell you exactly where I'm going, especially if you're not here.
I wouldn't recommend that. Now, take this stuff to my sister, and you better be fast, or you'll feel the sting of mine.
What a woman. Oh, evil incarnate. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Neighbor!
What's that?
Neighbor! Where are you?
I don't have any neighbors since I got married.
Neighbor, there you are.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, why such a long face, neighbor?
Oh, neighbor, you'll never guess.
Well, I guess unless you mean Mrs. Whopped you again. I've seen a few shrews, but never as shrewish a shrew as your shrew.
You'll never guess how much she whooped me this time.
Shame on you to be hack-packed by such a nag. If it be me, I'd boot her booty. I'd shove a shoe in the shoe's tooth.
Oh, wait a minute. Haven't I heard you complain about your little woman?
Well, she used to be a bit of a biddy, but I'll soften her up with one soft word, a softball bat.
3 soft words, but who's counted?
I bet you before long, all the women will stop being mean.
Now, neighbor, that's a bet. My wife is never, ever, ever gonna be obedient.
Well, neighbor, why don't you get up? What are you there, lounging in the middle of the day?
I'll tell you, neighbor, if you throw your weight into it, maybe we can get out of this fix. Right? Oh. 1, 2, 3. Once more.
Hey, you have to help a little. Try this.
Thank goodness there's one woman in this show. So, you were saying, neighbor.
As I was saying, haven't you heard that King Ahasuerus proclaimed such a patriotic act that all women have to be obedient, and if they ain't, he'll punish them? So, when I came home and my biddy began to beat me, I took a paddle and whack. He filed a complaint, but Haman's administration dismissed it, and they said that if she wasn't patriotic, I should whop her some more.
Neighbor, that is what I call good government. Good government! I can kiss you. I will kiss you. Here. Now, neighbor, when you see my wife, could you just tell her that this little basket is her little casket? Because I am off to sip a stein of Pilsner Urkel. Excuse me. Yeah, and when I come back, neighbor, I am going to hammer out some home rule. Oh, that's the theory.
Good, neighbor.
Thank you.
You'll have a white, sweet wife. Neighbor, where are you going? What am I going to... Vroom, 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 vroom.
sweet Esther, since you are fatherless, motherless, and homeless, and since I am daughterless, I will adopt you as my own stepdaughter. Obey me and trust me with no fuss.
Oh, sweet stepfather.
Good stepdaughter. But who's drawing hither?
All fair and fragrant females we fetch to the king, but none delights him. Beloved Victor, trusty Terence, have you not found one that would fit?
All honorable Haman, I have to admit I has not had no such luck. After all, finding a maiden as voluptuous as Vashti, well, that's a maiden hard to match.
But attention to the arresting architecture astir.
Oh, surely her lust is no lesser than the goddess's Venus's voluptuous.
Rejoice, magnificent maiden, for you will be elevated to the very gates of heaven. Old timer, is this marvelous maiden your offspring?
Not so, minister, but I have taken her to myself, since she is fatherless, motherless, and homeless, and since I am daughterless.
Ergo, we will remove her from you for her comeliness.
But how can you do that, sweet sirs?
Well, haven't you heard on Al Jazeera that King Ahasuerus repudiated Queen Vashti for her non-compliance?
Well, now that you mention it.
And that His Majesty mandated that all merry maidens be located so that he may choose a replacement model for Queen Vashti?
Well, I don't read page 6 so much.
Ergo, hand over this fetching female.
Oh, that's right. Right here, honey. Right here.
Well, I must obey my king's mandate. Esther, the time has arrived for us to part. May you find happiness and health benefits.
Oh, sweet stepfather, remember me daily, and I will reciprocate by thinking of you every so often.
So say your sweet sayonara's. We cannot doodle-poodle any longer.
Esther, hearken unto me. Do not reveal your people nor your kin, nor that you are a vow issued from the Messiahful stock. That means you're Jewish.
I will comply with your cryptic command, sweet stepfather.
Come on, honey.
I cannot be daughterless again. I will sit at the royal gate daily to ascertain how you're doing and what's happening to you.
the queen. And you have 3 days to apologize, and if you don't, you're gonna hear from my lawyer.
Most marvelous meeting, marionette maiden.
Your meekest servant, my humblest thanks.
Announce to us your appellation.
Most merciful monarch, my name is Esther.
Oh, Esther. Esther, you have found fondness and affection in front of our royal eyes. The further I behold you, the more my affection for you unfolds. Your pulchritude, whatever that means, and your probity shall elevate you above all other women. In short, I shall select you as my spouse and my queen.
Oh, I am but a lowly lass, insignificant and inadequate. I do not deserve to be the last of your majesty's handmaids.
Esther, sweet Esther, you do deserve, and you shall be queen. Haman. Haman! Haman, I shall splurge royally to saturate my sanctuary. A colossal Haman commemoration in the name of Esther. For I love you above all, Haman. And Esther, you shall stand on my right-hand side, and Haman, you shall approach and stand on my left-hand side, and together we shall live in bounteousness and in peace. And Haman, you shall be elevated above all princes and potentates. And now at this time, join me for the furtherance of further festivities!
Now I will wait by the royal gate to ascertain what more might befall my stepdaughter Esther.
So, Terry, wherefore is your brow so knitted? Huh?
Well, why wouldn't my brow be knitted when only inequity befalls me?
What inequity now?
The same such as befalls you. Didn't we join the Department of the Royal Services at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, what benefits do we receive? Others, like Haman, are perpetually promoted. But the king, he does not prize us. Isn't it ungratefulness and unjustness that the king unloads upon us?
You are correct. It has often hurt my feelings.
Oh, there. It's okay. There.
I'm really out of touch. I can't seem to get a grip on my feelings, you know? If someone would give me a hand, because I have often,
Watch it there.
I have pondered arbitration and even revenge.
If you would be my ally, we could be revenged.
Well, just a second here. Let me get things straightened out. And I'll pledge allegiance,
Henceforth, we will oblige vengeance for such preferential treatment.
Yeah, and we better make a plan.
Okay.
So, tonight, when we escort
The king to his royal bedchamber, as we are wont to do,
we will weed out his life. And then, before it is defined that he is defunct, we will seat ourselves on the throne. And then we summon all the bigwigs from all over the country, and we question them as to whether they would freely welcome us. Pow! 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 Pow!
Excuse me! Hello!
Yeah.
Your words, they're full of wisdom, my congenial cohort. Let us go and devise devious devices to dispatch the king. Oh, hey, I got an idea about how to get the throne to the upholsterer.
Yeah.
Okay, slide it down my back.
I got it.
Okay, got it. Okay, now give me a really good push up. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Oh, that was great. Now give me another one of those. Give me another one.
You miserable miscreants, such a felonious ferocity. Esther, I have been dallying here at the gates to detect what delights and highlights have happened to you.
Oh, sweet stepfather, describe what you desire, and all with any bounty shall be yours.
I need nothing but for you to hear and hearken. Esther, the king's chamberlains, Big Ten and Terrace, have discussed here and now how they may weed out the king's very existence while they waylay him in his royal waterbed tonight. I've heard it with my very own ears. Ergo, forward the king my frightful fears.
Oh, God save the king. But look, thither comes my master and king.
Ah, most miraculous Queen Esther, why are you so mirthless? What horrible horrors have harmed your happiness.
Oh, a most horrendously horrible horror has hurt my heart. For I have heard that your royal existence is threatened and endangered because your chamberlains, Big Tan and Terrace, were discussing here and now how they might weed out your royal existence while they waylay you in the royal waterbed this very night.
Hey? Are you now to be the savior of our royal existence, sumptuous QueenEster? But hearken, here appear those Malcreants now. Ah, beloved Big Tan and trusted Terrace, impart to me your intentions.
Oh, most exhausted and exaltedness, as the evening approaches, we have come to conduct you to a long, long rest.
Ah, your majesty, we come to put you to sleep.
Miserable murderers! Valueless villains! Since the evening approaches, you come here to waylay me and weed out my very life. Is it not so?
No, most merciful majesty.
Such a nefarious deed is far from our forehead.
Disclaimers? No denial shall save you, you spiteful scoundrels. Confess you came to waylay and weed out my life this very night.
Most merciful king, we are innocent.
Innocent? Indisputably not.
Oh!
Haman, expedite the executioner. He is to lop off their limbs one by one and then to deep fry them in boiling oil.
No. Most merciful majesty. All right. We don't deserve to live. But couldn't you spare us the disgrace of such a lowly and high cholesterol kind of death?
Mercy? You do not deserve mercy, but we shall give it. Haman, tell the executioner to dispense with the high cholesterol death. We're going green. He is to find the highest hardwood and hang them from it.
Dancing partner is clean. Her bones they both show through. To dance with her you climb the stairs and in the air. Dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. My dancing partner is tall. She'll make short work of you. She only has one hand to spare, so put her there.
Haman, come to us later this evening, and you shall be elevated even farther.
I found some courage where I could get some cheap.
And now there's gonna be some changes around here.
Well, maybe over there.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Here you lay about, grasp that basket on the double, or you're in trouble.
Grasp it yourself.
You better grasp that basket or I'm gonna grind, you lazy hide.
What hide? What grind? I is not the fool I used to be.
You buffool! You're trying to turn me into a laughing stock! I meant stop! Oh, just you wait! You are gonna be so sorry to start.
Hey, Stinky! Hey! Uh-oh. She went to get the laughing stick. I gotta get in shape. Hold me up.
that's good. Yeah. Oh, I feel the burn. Yes. I feel it. I feel it.
Now there's my spark. Let her come. Let her come, seven like her riding a scared.
Oh, you gotta obey me now.
Now, the gladiators meet in hand-to-hand combat. You better watch your head, wifey.
You louse bag. Take that.
Oh, yeah? I will.
And the richest. He entrusted me his royal ring and his seal. Whatever I write cannot be unwritten. Whatever I seal cannot be unsealed. I pronounce such a proclamation that whosoever passes by me has to fall on his knees, take off his hat, and bow to the ground. But who is sitting here? If I am not mistaken, it is the Jew, about whom my spies have reported that he never bows when I the royal gates enter. Thou despicable, decadent, why don't you pay obeisance? Why don't you prostrate yourself and grovel in front of me?
Because you are human, and after you die, dust and ashes, same as myself. Therefore, it's not appropriate that I should prostrate myself and grovel in front of you.
I would punish you with my sword if you were hybrid, but I might merely mire myself in muck and manure. But I swear I will bring vengeance to you and yours. I will annihilate your peoples, abolish them all, and weed them out by their very roots.
The Almighty will punish you for your haughtiness, Haman, and will preserve my distressed and frightened people.
Oh, my trusted counselor, Haman. You know, I give you all the real songs and the aware in the provinces. You are the king's eye. So, reveal to us, to me, myself and I, what failings, what foibles you have found in the Empire.
All-powerful king, there is such an ethnic group dispersed, disseminated, and dissipated, such a cabal bestrewn, bescattered, bespattered, and broadcast among thy peoples, whose rights and laws are unlike those of thy nations, but who do not abide by the royal laws and rights. This bloodline is the Jewish blood. Therefore, all-powerful king, it is not beneficial to let them breathe. Should your merciful majesty see it fit, let them be obliterated, and the hands of those charged with the task will transfer 10,000 talents of silver into thy treasury.
Silver? Oh! Silver! Oh, yes! Silver! I shall bestow that silver on you, as well as that population, so you to treat as you see fit.
I will then call the scribes hither, so that they may scribe to all the satraps, seneschals, sagamores, and sycamores, to eliminate and extirpate the Jews, from juvenile to alphacacker, nurslings, and womankind alike.
Women? Oh! Oh, yes! I bestow that prerogative on you. Go! Persecute, execute the jaunty Jew. And you, jaunty Jew, amiable Haman.
Moreover, all-powerful king, issue such an injunction that whosoever would enter without being called upon in front of your royal face, be it man or woman, let them forfeit their throat and life, unless your majesty lowers his scepter to grant that life. For in any other wise, your majesty would have no respite from Jewish traditions. Such as would encroach upon this enjoyment will deserve death. Let them die by death.
Hey! Haman! Issue such an enjoyment. But remember, you may come upon us at any time. No strings attached. Hastily and publish the royal will.
It will be executed expeditiously, Excellency. You see, you miserable moronic maggot, the fate of your people and of your own is in my hands. I may play with you as I please.
Do not bestow this terrifying triumph by our foes. You've always been the enemy of mighty maniacs, and you've always punished them. Do not abandon Israel. Now I will tear my vestments. I'll don a horsehair shirt. I will bespatter my eyebrows with ash, and I will wander the streets, wailing a mighty and miserable cry, and I will pray to the Lord to free us from the hands of our arch foes and enemies. Myself and our people howl, fast, wail, shriek, and cry.
Sweet stepfather, have courage. Our Lord will protect us and our people from the haughty Haman.
Esther, do not forsake us. Plead our cause before the king.
Father, could I forsake you? Oh, no, never.
Then hie thee to the king.
Oh, Mordecai, surely everybody knows that whosoever would enter without being called upon before the royal king, be they a man or a woman, they will forfeit their throat and their life. And I am a healthy young woman, and I haven't been called into the royal bedchamber for about 32 days.
Esther, do not view it as a viable alternative that you alone, among all the Jews, could be safeguarded in the royal bedchamber. For if you remain silent at this time, the house of your father will perish.
I will then enter the royal bedchamber, and I will offer my body for whatever punishment of his unbridled passion. And if I perish at the task, well, let me perish.
May the only Lord be with you. May the Lord have mercy upon us. Now I will repair and assemble all the Jews, and I will pray to the Lord to grant us sustenance.
Today, Haman, but hearken. Who comes hither? Who dares enter without being called upon in front of his most royal majesty?
Oh, Lord, protect your worthless serving woman.
Ah, it is the fairest amongst queens. Do not be afraid, for you shall die. Not. For our enjoyment does not encompass you, but encompassing you is quite the enjoyment. What is your desire? Any whim, any craving, any passion of yours, I will satiate. Any urge or proclivity, I will assuage. And any position I will provide, be it half of the kingdom It shall be yours.
Well, if it pleases you, Your Majesty, and if you find it befitting, I would invite Your Majesty and our amiable Haman to come and visit me tomorrow in my chambers for a merriment that I will prepare and provide.
Speak, amiablest advisor. Will you fulfill Esther's desire?
Most affectionate queen, I am not worthy to be consorting with your majesty, but if such is your wish, I will come.
Agreed! We shall all come together tomorrow to provide gratification for the fairest amongst queens.
My trembling tongue cannot tell the fame and fortune the really regal ruler raised me to, elevating me above all the royal retainers. Even the queen will prepare a merriment for myself and the king on the morrow. But my puny meadow Pinky tells me that she will prepare it for me alone, for she sees that I surpassed even Supreme Ahasuerus.
What way did that man go?
What?
Sorry.
What? Who are you and what is your appellation?
Apples, apple tart, apple cart, apple sauce, apple jack. Hi, Mac. Well, I'm a jack of all trades. Well, I'm a con man. No. I mean, I'm in construction, destruction, deconstruction. I mean, I'm a bender, a carpenter.
Carpenter. A splendid serendipity, for you have stumbled upon a great opportunity.
Really? I am peculiar that way. I stumble, I fumble, I drop in, I drop out. I come everywhere before they even call me.
Listen, you are full of marvels. Or should I say a fool of madness?
You should. You should say just what you feel is good for you.
You know what, Carpenter?
Mm-hmm.
You will build me a gallows, 50 cubits tall.
Why, do you want me to build you a gallows 50 cubits tall?
Yep.
Sure. I'm going to need to take some measurements, though. So easy. So if you could just come a little closer, just a tiny bit, little more. That's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and reflexes. Great. We got me there, those on both sides, and 2. Oh, that's got to be a 17 wide. Down, doggy.
Fumbling fool, what do you mean? The one that has to be gibbeted is a Jew.
Gesundheit.
A Jew.
Jew. Well, they're used to it. Don't be ashamed to build a gallows for you.
Great gods will guard me from the gallows.
Oh, of course they will. Wouldn't bet my neck on it.
You...
I mean, you should put
You asinine donkey, if I didn't see you a miserable monkey, you'd swing first.
Oh, no, ladies first. Swing my wifey.
Why wifey?
No, because she refused to obey the king's order. I mean, his ordainment. I mean, she won't enjoy his enjoyment, and she ruled me with a yardstick and wanted me head of the household all the time.
And you probably deserve it.
No.
Why don't you bring her to the Court of Appeals?
Court of Apples?
Appeals, you thick-skinned ass.
I don't want my skin peeled. Thank you very much. No. Especially not on my tushy.
You will see the appellate judge, and you will be adjudged.
Apples and fudge, and I just could use a drink.
Now hurry up, you demented dunderhead. You will build me a pretty gallows, 50 cubits tall.
That's no nutcracker.
Build me a gallows, 50 cubits tall. I give vote.
Beloved auditorium, for your information, in case you didn't know, a cubit is an ancient unit of measurement. From elbow to armpit equals 1 L. They give it a finger or an inch. Now a gallows, well, a gallows is more or less a gibbet. And it should be 50 cubits tall, if at all. Cruel and unusual, but not unfathomable, because in every fathom there are 6 cubits, and a cubicle's in a cubicle, and I prefer a pickle on top of a nickel, so go figure. And that's what we're gonna do. Go figure. If I can find it up here. Not that. No. What's that? There it is. So, pop quiz. You there. 3 times 8 is? Wrong. It's 30. So, let's see. 3 times 8 equals 30. You take away 17, and that's 48. Yes. So, then 3 L's equals 3 L's, and 0 from 11. From 11 would be to pi squared, apple pie of course, in this case, and that leaves 4. But those 4, they don't count. No, because those 4 are underground. So, fine. I'll build it. Here, no sweat. He's gonna hang out high.
Cease and desist. Away. Away with you. Have you not heard? Away. Oh, last night. Last night was longer than any night before because we spent it in melancholy without the benefit of closing our royal eyes. Ergo, seize the chronicle. Seize the chronicle and read from it to allow time to pass from the awesome vastness of what has not yet been to the soothing finite depths of what we have lived through.
And so it came about that 2 royal retainers, Big Tan and Terrace, adopted an abominable attempt at the royal life. This came into the knowledge of a Jew by the name of Mordecai, who hastened to tell QueenEster and disclosed to her their regicidal intent. so that she may forewarn a Hashvaras. In this fashion, Mordecai hampered and hindered this felonious ferocity and the horrendous homicides were hanged. Chapter 2 of the McGill.
Oh, wait! How then was this Mordecai revered and rewarded for his deeds?
Oh, your Majesty, he was awarded nothing.
Nothing. Interesting. Amiablest advisor, I will ask you a question which you then will answer. But under it thoroughly, for anything you say may be used again. What should be bestowed upon such a man as the king would want to bestow upon?
Who else would the king want to bestow upon but upon myself? Upon such a man as the king bestow upon would should be bestowed a royal robe, such as the king enrobes himself with, and a horse, such as the king bestrides, and the royal crown should be planted onto his head. By the hands of the most respected royal retainers, he should be attired and dressed, and they should promenade him a horseback through the streets of the royal city, shouting everywhere. In this manner should be bestowed upon such a man as the king bestow upon wood.
Ah, thou spakest well. You do I value as my most respected royal retainer. Therefore, get a hold of such a horse and such a pimped-out royal outfit as you have thus described, and bestow these accoutrements upon the Jew Mordecai, who waits at our royal gate.
Oh, all-powerful king, perhaps I have not heard properly. Who should I do all these things to?
But why have you not heard? Perhaps there is overmuch earwax deposit in the auricular canal? Yes. Bestow you upon the Jew, Mordecai, who waits at the gate. And you better start bestowing immediately. And, oh yes, please do not omit any of the exquisite details, just as you have just described.
Oh, woe is me, to see what I have seen. I, who have thinken that no one can be elevated higher than my own self, has to bestow upon my very enemy plant the royal crown unto his head, and do all manner of reverence to him. But the royal ordainment has to be obeyed. I will relegate my revenge and reschedule the hanging for the more meritorious moment.
Esther, at your bidding, we have arrived hither.
Happiness and prosperity to your majesty and to the queen.
Well, thank you, amiablest advisor. And now, before we go to the groaning table, or should I say the table groaning with choice victuals, tell me, delectable QueenEster, what is your secret craving? What proclivity? For as you know, any passion of yours I will satiate, and any position I will provide, be it half of the kingdom, it
found mercy in your eyes, O mighty king. Let I be granted my life upon my request, and that of my people, for we are sold, sold to be trumped and trodden to death.
Who would be so haughty and fat-headed as to bring on such ill boding?
My arch foe and enemy is this amiable man, Haman.
Bless your soul. Haman?
Me? Myself? I? Sweet QueenEster?
Yes, you and yourself, Haman. For haven't you been persecuting gentle Mordecai and the whole Jewish tribe? Oh, Ahasuerus, finally I can reveal it. Mordecai is my uncle and has been fostering me as a stepfather.
All the more we shall love Mordecai. And you arrogant, you haughty, you fat-headed interloper, you who I exalted to such enormous esteem, you shall suffer for your dastardly deeds.
Oh, gentle queen, have mercy. The king is irate and incensed. Intervene on my behalf.
You appeal to no avail, for your own arrogance has engendered your annihilation.
I will not let you go. My head is in your hand. Snap my neck if you can.
Craven! Recreant! Would you then massacre my own sweet queen in my own house before my own very eyes? My own royal eyes.
Have mercy, most merciful king.
Chervona, counsel me. What sentence should I pronounce upon this unmanly Haman?
Oh, mighty king, the gibbet that amiable, abominable Haman furnished for Mordecai, who spake well for the king, still stands still by awful Haman's abode, finely fashioned, a full 50 cubits tall.
Well then, let the scamp dangle. Hand the naughty man over to the hangman.
Oh, woe is me. How lamentably I will terminate my life. Oh, peoples, do not dwell in arrogance and pride. Oh, you will fare as I will have fared. How luscious is life. How rancid is death. Adieu, ancient Lord.
With words, cherished Chervona, go and convey Mordecai hither, so that we may elevate him above all others in Haman's stead. Esteemed Esther, Haman's house shall be ours, or rather yours, with all the kit and caboodle he's been receiving from us. So too will the houses of his son, a dozen vacancies or more without the variable mortgage rate and fully furnished. And I say, as a gallows, 50 cubits as a gallows, it's quite spacious.
Oh, gracious thanks, most merciful majesty.
Kind-hearted Esther, revel and rejoice, for you have conquered your enemy. Hail, hail, gentle Mordecai, rejoice and give thanks unto the Almighty, who delivered you from your arch foe. You shall be raised to his rank, and was quite rank, and you will be given one or perhaps fewer of the newly vacated real estate. And now let us live long and in peace near myself, or rather near my queen, and near myself.
And that I will add several satchels and vacant property to manage freely.
Thank you kindly, Step QueenEster.
And if it pleases you, Mr. King, and if your eyes are pleased at what they have been feasting upon, let all both oral and written agreements that abominable Haman approved be abrogated and abolished, made null and void, and all timetables of annihilation annihilated, and all annihilators annihilated. For how could I view the evil that would have befallen my nation? How could I observe the downfall of my nation and my family?
I, the house of Haman, I conveyed upon Esther, and he was well hung on the gibbet for wanting to lay his hand on the Jews. Ergo, write and inscribe what you wish in the name of the king, and seal it with the royal ring, for whatever is written in the name and claim of the king cannot be unwritten, and whatever is sealed with the royal ring cannot be unsealed or repealed.
Kishbarik! Who's the guy with the kettle on his head? That's the king.
Oh. Tell me, Kishbarik, is a king more than a mayor?
Oh, well, now, wifey, you can thank the Almighty that you has a wise and sagacious hubby who can help you in your time of need. Yeah, a king is twice as expensive as a mayor.
Well there, little guy. What is your wish?
Oh, me? Oh, well, big guy, that is, most reverendable, most majesticating, most, etc. Mr. King, I have ambled thither to stand before you to accuse my wifey that she don't let me have a turn at being head of the household.
Yes, indeedy. I am here to file a friend of the court brief to you, my most prettiest Mrs. Queenie. Ergo ipso, that scallywag spanks me.
She likes it.
I do not.
You two are too much. Do you really believe that in this day and age, in order for one to be a great power, one has to beat up upon another?
Yeah.
Well, they might have a point there, but in your case, you are what is known as the Persian psychology.
Dysfunctional.
A dysfunctional family.
Huh?
In other words, you are crazy. I hereby observe that you two will like each other more if you don't have to see quite so much of each other. Therefore, you, Shorty, as head of the household, you will spend the day in our royal company so that we may laugh at your expense and thereby compensate for our own shortcomings. And you, woman, you I will give unto my queen.
Ooh.
Queen, take this woman to keep you merry company.
Oh, Your Majesty, what did I do to deserve...
Excuse me.
Thank you, Majesty.
Oh, dear Mr. King. Happy beautiful QueenEster. Now we is gonna be an undysfunctional family again, and we is gonna live in bliss, and we ain't gonna hate each other's guts so much anymore. So, I say, long live King Ahasuerus and his beautiful queen, Esther.
Oh, here,
QueenEster. We shall spend the rest of the day in joy and in merriment. Come, Queenie. Thank you. And come, step Uncle Mordecai.
Oh, I'm coming with you guys.
Hey, wait a minute, you're forgetting the last word. And the last word is, Haman. All right, take a joke. The last word is, Amen.
Amen.